Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. I wonder if I were you, I know what she can do. She's very wild, she could really rip your world apart. Mine is a matter, ooh, the beauty is there, but the beast is in the heart. Something like that. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Whoa, here she comes. The woman is wild, ooh, yeah. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Ooh. Mr. J. Smith, Tony Hahn. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, whoa, yeah. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man-eater. Ladies and gentlemen, on the bass guitar, Mr. Kenny Ames. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody out there, all across the world there. My name is Don Ellis. This is the Don Ellis Gatlin Show, featuring these amazing guys, Savannah and Jack. And we wanted to do a song by one of my favorite duos of all time, because I have another one of my favorite duos of all time here as our special guest, and that is Cross Atlantic, everybody. Yes! Come on. I'm moving over here.
Hello, hello.
They...
Hi. Oh, you're a bit taller than me.
I'm sorry. They are absolutely incredible. Again, so glad y'all are here.
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us. We're so happy.
Well, thank you. The folks out there, this duo, again, after tonight's show, please immediately go check out their music, which is on all the things, Spotify, iTunes,
Apple Music.
Amazon, Pandora.
Amazon.
all over the world.
Everything.
All over the world.
It's even on Deezer.
It's on all that.
Who's got Deezer?
It is.
Someone does. Someone somewhere.
It is. Well, I tell you what, I've known y'all for a while, but there might be some folks out there that haven't seen you
Right.
before till tonight.
Yep.
And I want to start out, James, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
I'm going to go back and give background about how it all came together for you. I know you've been playing music your whole life, but you've been doing it over in London, England.
Yes. Yeah, I started out as a rock and roller.
Yes.
My dad gave me a Deep Purple CD when I was like 13 years old, and that was the moment for me. He took me to a Deep Purple concert like 4 weeks later. I saw Deep Purple.
Now, that group's a little before your time.
A little, but
just a little bit.
But you know, I still love them.
But they're awesome.
Yeah, they were, not only were they awesome, the game changer for me was I saw Deep Purple play, and then as a 13-year-old, we didn't live in the town that it was, so we stayed in a hotel that night, and Deep Purple was staying in the same hotel.
Oh, no way.
And they were in the bar.
No
and
way.
they were more excited that they had a 13-year-old fan
Yes.
than I was to meet the band. So I spent all night in the bar with Deep Purple.
That had to be the coolest experience ever.
It was awesome. Me and my best buddy, there's two 13-year-old boys just hanging, and they're not really rockers anymore. They were all drinking orange juice.
Oh, really?
You know, well,
They'd already passed
they're,
that
they're
phase.
old guys. You know,
I had a similar story when I was 13 on a hotel. I just saw a big event, you know, and then the big event was staying in the hotel. But mine was a little different. Mine, I got to meet George the Animal Steele, professional wrestler. He's a wrestler.
I didn't even know that.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
But I couldn't believe it. You know, the guy in the ring. Now there was hanging out, and he found out he was a college professor. Like his thing was to take the turnbuckle and he'd bite it and rip it to shreds, and he'd act like a crazy person. And then you find out in real life, you know, how a lot of those wrestlers are. He was a college professor, like completely opposite of the
Crazy
character
stuff.
he's playing. But you did really well over there. I mean, I've seen the videos of your band.
Well,
You
I
had
got
the girl-
lucky. I got lucky.
It's still happening now, Carl. You have to deal with. But the girls were screaming.
Yeah.
These guys were rock stars.
So the power of the internet, I got discovered on YouTube by a band who was looking for a singer. And they were all older than me. The band had been going for 7 or 8 years, and they had a big fan base. I mean, they could play big shows to a couple of thousand people, and they were opening shows for 6, 7, 8, 10,000 people. Wow. And I just got parachuted into that as a 19-year-old.
I've seen the video.
Because they saw me on YouTube, and suddenly they were like, hey, come on, audition. And
Well,
they
James,
gave
you
me
have
the
a
job.
very unique voice, and you have a great presence on stage, and you play every instrument. As I said, like you're the new Nashville Paul McCartney. You play every instrument, and that's so awesome. But like, do you remember any of those songs? Like, could you grab a guitar right now? Like, was there any go-tos from that time? You
Honestly,
remember?
I didn't play guitar in that band.
Right, I've seen the videos. You're the front
I
man.
literally just sang, and I honestly don't know how to play any of those songs.
Wow. That's okay.
Because I didn't. And that was the other thing. I didn't write any of those songs. I'm a songwriter as well.
Right.
And that was the one weird thing for me with that was that I got parachuted into this band to sing somebody else's songs. So I was kind of a covers act in an originals band.
Did you open up for any of the American hot acts of the time? Like, did you guys do some code things or
Yeah, I suppose the biggest acts, like American-wise, we did quite a few shows with Papa Roach,
Jeez,
who were
that's
big
really
at
good.
the time.
Yeah.
Papa Roach.
That's a 90s thing right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. We did Motley Crue.
That's huge.
This was all in Europe. I didn't play in America.
And your
as well.
brother was working at an agency as was a temp or something?
Yeah, that was years later.
Years later, he worked with some of the biggest. He got to meet some of the biggest stars in the history of
he
music.
worked in PR for a while, and
Oh, my goodness.
he got to meet like Elton John and people like
Yeah,
that. So
it's like crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. But you're over there. When did the dream hit you? I want to come to the States and I want to pursue country music or just singer-songwriter in the States. When did that light switch come on?
I didn't know country music at all, and I'd been in this band, and then the band kind of didn't work out. So I left the band. I formed my own band. We had a good run of things as well. The band I formed. We played some great opening slots, some great festivals, great bunch of guys. It just didn't feel quite right. I was always the driving force in that band, and it got a little tiring. So I started doing my own solo thing. And then it all kind of nosedived. Had some bad experiences with the industry, with some shady manager type people.
I never heard of that. You're the first person I've ever heard that as shady manager.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
it nosedived pretty quickly, and I wasn't living in London at the time. I was living on the island of Guernsey, which is a small island off the coast of England.
Pretty awesome.
Which is a great place to be
pretty awesome.
creative. And it's a great place when everything's going well, but if you want to restart the traction, you've got to get back to the city.
Right.
So
And
I went,
I
went back to the city, got caught in the trap of trying to make money to survive. Couldn't do that making music, so I ended up working a sales job.
Well, what got you say I got to get to the States? What was that moment?
I suddenly was like, why am I working in sales? I don't want to be working in sales. I hate this.
Anybody could do that.
Yeah.
No, I don't mean that.
My best buddy from childhood, he's a musician as well. And we went to the pub one day, and I said, we should go to Nashville.
Wow.
And we knew nothing about Nashville. We just knew that Nashville was Music City.
That's Music City, USA.
And he said, hi, yeah, that's a funny idea. And I said, no, we should do that. And he called me back later that evening and said, all right, let's give our notice at work and we'll go. And 6 weeks later, we got on a plane. We came to Nashville for 3 months, which is the maximum you're allowed as a visitor.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You had to deal with that, too.
And we explored and we got to know people. We met some publishers and we kind of got some things rolling.
Did you meet Carly on that first trip?
I did not meet Carly on that trip. And then we went back to the UK, and it was around Christmas time. And I said, we got to go back. We got to follow up on what we've just done. And he said, I can't. My girlfriend doesn't want me to go back for that extended period of time.
That happens a lot. The original person you come to town with or you come to a new country to,
right.
It's very rare that they both have the same, you have the same ambition and dreams. It starts like, hey, let's do it. And they go, wait a minute, this is getting serious.
He definitely wanted to, but he felt like he didn't. He'd been with his girlfriend for like 5-6 years. And
is he still with her?
He broke up with her about 2 weeks after I came back to Nashville on my own.
See?
So, who knows what went down there. But I came to Nashville on my own. The first week was kind of difficult because
scary.
Everybody remembered me as the two English guys. Right. And on my own, I wasn't the two English guys anymore. And that was a bit of a shock to the system. I thought I could just go straight back in and pick up where I left off. And people kind of didn't remember me. And I'd have to, and they'd be like, oh, yeah,
start all over again.
Well, but where's the other guy?
Right. But you know what? It's meant to be because there's another partner that you would
exactly.
eventually...
Within a week of me being here on that trip, I ran into Carly in a coffee shop.
A Starbucks? Oh, can we say that? Starbucks? Yes.
No, it was an independent coffee store.
Oh, even better.
We're artists. We don't go to Starbucks.
I know. Well, so you meet there, and how'd that happen?
Well, Carly tells this bit better than me, so why don't you dive in?
Well, because it was really funny. So this English guy is standing in front of me in line, and he's trying to order some English breakfast tea, which they did not have.
I don't drink coffee. I'm in a coffee shop.
Right.
I
could
don't
just
drink
tell,
coffee.
like, that's what he was set on getting, and it wasn't going to happen. And then he was all, like, confused, and he didn't know what to get. So I just, like, stepped up, and I was like, hey, this is the tea that I get. You could try it. And he was like, yeah, well, I'll do that. And then we sat down and had tea together, and...
we chatted. We talked about the
Beatles.
Music
and
good talk. Good talk. The Beatles is always a good talk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, my family is...
I was, like, way into the Beatles at that point.
My family is from Liverpool, so it was...
Wow.
I mean...
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Not me.
He used that.
Your family's from.
But I definitely utilize that. Like, my mum's whole side of the family. So I know Liverpool well, and I just kind of... I jumped on top of that one and...
There's a lady I met. I was buying an album for my son when we were in the UK. And we were in London, and I went and bought Rubber Soul, a vinyl version of Rubber Soul. And I remember the lady worked at the record store. She was like, "Oh, you're getting the Beatles. They're like breathing here. There's like air here. Like, because they're great. We love them. But like, oh God,
we get used to them.
Yeah, it's like they're they're part of our lives.
Yeah.
It's like
So. Yeah.
But I says, no, well, this is my first time over here, so I'm going to get the album anyway.
Yeah.
And
But that's how we met. And then on that very same trip, the day before I left, Carly was playing a writer's round at a really crappy barbecue joint.
Well, you were there, weren't you?
Well,
was that the one?
I'm trying to tell the story here. Jumping the gun.
I jumped.
Now,
jumping the gun.
But y'all had already written because you did a couple of songs.
We wrote a couple of songs.
Writing
Can you guys remember that song or any one of those two songs that you wrote?
Yeah, vaguely.
Want to grab your guitar and just play a little touch of that, maybe just a little bit? I know, I'm putting you on the spot. That's what we're going to be doing all the time.
All the time?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't really remember it, but
just a little bit.
I know it was
of that first thing. That's the first thing you ever did together.
I could live
just a little bit
on my own and stay gold, just being one. My guitar's not on.
There you go.
Two is better. I could dream, count the stars, and get through life with just one heart. But two is better.
I get lonely, lonely, lonely without you with me. Oh, won't you hold me, don't ever let go.
It was something like that. I definitely.
I don't
know.
A little bit. But
we haven't done that in ages.
But it was called Two is Better.
I remember that song.
Yeah.
That's a good song.
And we played that. Carly pulled me up on stage at this barbecue joint. We played it, and there was a guy sat in the audience. This guy. And Carly and you go way back.
Yes.
So you can't see Carly play.
That's what I'm getting to. Carly, I've known you since you were probably
15,
15, maybe 14.
No, I moved here Well, it might have been before
Might have
I
been
moved
14.
here.
Yeah. Well, your family has a great history in the Ozarks in Missouri, and you had your own show, everything. Tell everybody a little bit about that. That's how you got started with your family singing. And
Yeah, I grew up in a very musical family. My mom sings, my dad sings, plays guitar. My Aunt Sherry sings, plays piano. So they formed a band together called the Denim and Diamonds, and started playing at a theater called the Truman Lake Opry in Tightwad, Missouri.
you had your own show.
Yes.
Pretty cool. Like the Osmonds.
My grandparents ran the business as well. Like my Mimi was up front selling tickets and selling merch, and then my grandpa was behind the concession stand. It's like a whole family thing. So that's
Uncle
what
Joe was the bouncer. I remember that.
So that's what I was born into, and so I basically grew up on the stage because every Saturday night we played, and we'd have our regulars, but it was also on the lake.
And
So we had a lot of
would always
out-of-town
sing with you too.
people.
Then.
Yes, when my sister turned 2, she started on stage as well. So it was me and my cousin Brianna and my little sister Abby. We were called the Little Chicks because we were so obsessed with the Dixie Chicks
who are awesome.
at that time. So yeah, that's where I grew up on stage.
I saw you. What struck me, like 14 at 15 years old and stuff, you were already so polished in your performance, and you could see that you wanted this bad. You're going to make this thing happen.
Well, it blows my mind every time I tell this story because I was way too young to be in the stage to come see you guys play.
That's right.
And so we went in early before we were going to get kicked out. It was before like 6 p.m. or whatever it is that young ones have to leave.
Yeah.
So it was me and my mom and dad and my cousin and me and my sister, and we were sitting up in the balcony.
The place is called The Stage on Broadway. It's a very famous club on music down in Nashville.
And the balcony is very handy for hiding.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So my parents sat behind us so they could kind of hide us in the corner.
Still didn't work. Did it work?
Well, it did, but
it only didn't work because of you.
So John is up there doing its thing, singing, and I was like, "Oh, this band is so good."
Thank you.
And then he comes up, you go out into the crowd, and he's coming up into the balcony, and you just stop singing for a minute, and you go, "Are you a singer? You look like a singer."
She did. She always has.
And I was like, "What? Well, yeah." What? And he was like, "Do you want to come up and sing a song?" I was like, "You never even heard me sing."
I can tell.
He was like, "Yeah, I want you to come up and sing." So I did. I think I got up there and sang "Mama's Broken Heart."
And killed it.
I think. And then I got kicked out.
Yes. That was wonderful. And she's 15 by.
Yeah. They're like, "Wait a minute, she does not look 21."
That's right. I remember that.
Because I barely looked like I'm over 21 now. So.
But after that, we got together and we wrote some songs. And you were actually my guest at the Bluebird, the world famous Bluebird, one night.
Yes.
And you killed it.
That was
and there was
fun.
That's just that's why I knew with you that it doesn't matter what the situation is. It could be the Grand Ole Opry, it could be the Bluebird. You're ready. You're ready to do it. And can you go back to you had some great songs before y'all took it up another notch together. Do you remember you had some songs? Can you think about the one song you really felt great about during that stretch when you were still doing it on your own?
Well, actually, the one that has carried through is one that we released together, because I wrote that with Brian Austin and
Love Brian.
Yes, and my friend Allie Squires, and it's called Mercy.
I love Mercy. Can y'all do a little bit of that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we were going to sing that the whole thing, weren't we?
Yeah.
Let's do. I'd love to hear all that. And folks, if you don't know this song, Mercy, they put this out all on their own. They got in this beautiful old theater down in Gallatin.
Yep.
They went there and shot a music video, and it was as good as any video you'll see. And this thing got picked up by CMT, and it was a big hit. The viewers were loving it.
And it was the #1 video on CMT.
Number one video on CMT, everybody. Come on. How about that? And y'all just took the reins on that. This is a great song. And I want to say one thing about Brian. I don't know if I ever told you the story. But Brian and we did a show together in Little Rock. Next time you see him, ask him if he remembers. We were in Little Rock, Arkansas. And it was Brian, the other Brian White.
Oh, yeah. Brian and Brian White always seem to be in the same.
Yeah, Brian Austin, Brian White, myself, and a guy named Jeff Carson. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember this.
No.
He had a few hits. Sounded like Garth Brooks a lot. Had a couple big hits in the early 2000s, something like that. Well, we're out there, the promoter of the show decided to have the country show, us, in a separate park from the normal festival. Now,
Normal.
well, yeah, where he has the rock acts and he has all this
Right.
stuff. And literally, there were all the rides are there, and this other part. And there was literally thousands and thousands of people there. We could see them from across the little water channel there. We're set up. We got a gigantic PA system. We got the whole works. 7 people.
Sounds
7
like
people.
the fairs we play.
If a fight broke out, we could take the crowd. We could
Nice.
take them out. 7 people. And 4 of those was my buddy Steve Dean's family. You know Steve Dean?
Yes.
Because he's
Steve
from
Dean's
Little Rock.
great, yeah.
Right.
So I'll never forget. I said, I went on, I think I went on second, but I think Brian had to go on after me. I was like, go get him, Brian. It's down to 6, man. You lost 1. He went to the beer tent. You're down to 6. But here we go, folks. Great
Right.
song. Mercy. Cross Atlantic. Yes.
Thank you, Don. I could lay my eyes on you for years. Just let me look at you. The way you love me is just not fair. You got a hold on me. No, it won't let go. But I don't want you to set me free. Mercy. Oh, have mercy on me, baby. You don't know what you do to me. Every time you walk through that door, I cry mercy. When I see the moon dance across your skin, that's an eye you're giving me. Oh, it pulls me in. Whisper those things only I can hear. I'm coming closer now. I need to feel you near. Mercy. Oh, have mercy on me, baby. You don't know what you do to me. Every time you walk through that door, I cry mercy. My addiction I can't contain. I get weak when you call my name. I cry mercy. Oh, have mercy on me, baby. You don't know what you do to me. Every time you walk through that door, I cry mercy. Oh, have mercy on me, baby. You don't know what you do to me. Every time you walk through that door, I cry mercy. Mercy.
Mercy.
Thanks, guys.
That's really great.
Thank
Really
you.
great.
It was kind of the perfect song. I had released it on my solo EP.
I remember.
And then I just thought it was like the perfect, because he started singing harmony with me on it, and it just was the perfect way to introduce us together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could go on all the channels and like it's on Spotify, isn't it? And things
Yeah,
like
and
that.
the video is on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The video's
Yeah.
on YouTube. It's a great video. It's very simple, but a very effective video.
Very simple.
Yeah,
But,
Logan Christopher at Stormlight.
Y'all didn't get to the
Production.
elaborate video till later.
Right.
Yeah.
You started out with the
You
simple.
work your way up.
But y'all, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. But so y'all got together. I saw you at the. It's called Corky's Barbecue. We'll give them a little plug.
Yep. And,
And-
we were not a band. We were just singing some songs together that we just
Just a
written.
writer's round.
Yeah, and it was a lot of distractions. But through the distractions, I think it was somebody at a birthday party and the whole thing going
They
on.
sang "Happy Birthday" over one of the songs.
Yeah,
We're like, come on,
exactly.
guys, we could have joined, like, we could have played the chords, we could have
Yeah.
made it a thing.
Yeah.
Don't sing over us.
But it was a rough. But you know what? Through all that, this great sound I heard, and that's what first thing I said is like, y'all need to be singing together, and y'all were one step ahead of me.
Yeah, I mean,
you
no,
felt
we're
it
a
too.
duo because of you.
Oh,
Really.
Yeah. Well, I went back to
mean,
England the next day after that, so we didn't even have time to discuss that before I went back.
but that was my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it was a good one, right, guys? Good opinion, good thought, and so
you came up with the band name.
You
that's
did.
what I'm most proud of.
Dawn took me to lunch one day, and we were like discussing. I was like, okay, so how are we gonna get James back here? What's the game plan?
Yeah.
You know, and
Airplanes tend to be a good way of doing it.
yeah.
True.
Anyway, so you were like, but we got to come up with a really cool band name that like describes your story, you two together, and you're like, like Cross Atlantic, and then I was
There
like,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, that's perfect. And then you just kept throwing other ones out there, and we sat on it for like probably a month or two, and then we're like, Cross Atlantic it is.
Cross Atlantic. I'm
That
very
was the
proud of
one.
that.
Perfect.
I'm very proud of that moment.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a great name, and it looks great. I mean, your logo that y'all put together,
Yeah.
it just looks great, and it is you guys. You know,
Absolutely.
you came from two different places, came together across the Atlantic to
Yeah.
be together, and it's awesome. Now, as time went on, y'all started playing gigs, started spreading out, playing other venues, playing anywhere that will have you. Really starting out, we all do that.
Kind of.
We all do that.
We couldn't technically play because I didn't have a visa to begin
Right.
with. So it's
Right.
far more complicated for us. We
know.
were not really a gigging band.
Yeah.
So we had to do all these certain things to get my visa first.
But
But once we got that,
as great as you guys are, every time people heard you, it was connecting the dots. Somebody else
Yep.
would say, "Man, I love that sound," and it just was. I remember seeing it just like one place saw you, then there's somebody who saw you there, wanted you somewhere else, and the next thing you know, I mean, just like everyone out there. I say this every show, but like people out there, this is how it happens. First of all, you got to be present to win, and you got to have the determination like these two have. They both have equal determination to make it, and because you never know when that next break's going to come, where that thing's going to happen. But
Right.
y'all ended up with some of the top people in the business already in your young career, touring around, opening for some of the biggest acts in the business. Can you name a few people you've worked with? I mean,
yeah, we got
big
to,
shows, big shows.
Sarah Evans.
Well, the first big show we opened was Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love them.
Which
That
was
was
which was very cool, and that just was one of those things where we literally got a call from our agent. And They
Yeah.
were like, "Can you get to Charleston tomorrow to open for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band?" We're
Yeah,
like,
it was
"Yeah,
so
we can."
last minute.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
But you work. The cool thing is you learn from all the acts you work with. You good things and bad things.
yeah, oh,
You learn
absolutely.
some bad things too.
Yeah.
But y'all work with the legends like Nitty Gritty Dirt
Yeah,
Band.
and
But you
we-
started working with acts that are right there, contemporaries like yourself.
Yeah,
And
and Love Some taught us things. I mean, we're shooting this right now in Hendersonville.
yes.
And I know we opened for Lone Star, and they're mostly based
Yes.
in the Hendersonville
They were
area,
some
and
amazing
they were some of the
guys.
most supportive people.
I saw. I
Yeah.
see the drummer at the grocery store quite a bit.
They were
Yeah.
the guys that just like came out and watched our sound check and were just like there the whole time.
I don't blame them.
And
But that doesn't always happen, you know.
yeah, and
it's
just
not- it's
like
not
wanted
that-
to chat with
Lots
us.
of people
they were
are
so
super
nice.
nice, but those
Yeah.
guys went the extra mile.
They
and,
did, yeah.
That's awesome for a young act.
Okay, we had the song that you felt was that special one, and you're right, that is a special song. The first one that you wrote together, that you went, wow, we've got something pretty awesome. Do y'all know what? Are you in agreement on that one?
The very first song we wrote, we kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, this sounds like
Well,
something.
because we just decided to write a song together, and it just became a duet
sounded
without
like-
us
yeah.
trying.
Well,
You know?
can you give us another go-to, one that y'all do acoustically together that's really a go-to that you're, it's always it always makes your set. It's always in your set.
Yeah, well, I feel like the one we released recently is perfect. We actually released this
It's like the
earlier this
next
year.
step in our relationship.
Yeah.
You know, you write about what's happening in your lives, and you know.
Absolutely. Well, you can tell what's going on in your life a lot with your music, which is always
Right.
great.
You
I
can.
remember Vince Gill is so much like that. You guys are like that you know what's going on in their life from that latest release.
Yeah.
And I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I do want to say, like, if you talk about this one that has the video with it, is this what you're saying?
The second one that has the video with it.
Right.
The one that you feature in.
Yes.
Yes. But I want to say this, that if folks don't know it out there, Cross Atlantic, y'all are a couple.
Yeah.
Maybe some people probably don't know that. They thought you were just singing together. You started out that way, and now how did that all happen? That's an amazing thing.
Well, it was complicated at first. We kind of just clicked in the very beginning, but of course James had to go back to the UK, so.
Yes, it was never going to be anything long term because I was only there for 8 weeks or whatever.
And then,
we
like,
knew
while
that.
he was away, we decided to be a duo. You were there through all of that, and then when he came back, we just were like, okay, well, we need to focus on our career together, and that was it. And then over time, he was back and forth a lot. Whenever he was here, we wrote, and we became best friends. Like, best friends. And
Was there a red dress involved, James, that kind of turned things? You said at the wedding. It's the only reason I've said that.
Yeah. It was on Carly's 21st birthday that we finally got together.
Yeah, we gave in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
More than friends.
Wh-
And then we just got married just recently, about 6 months ago.
September.
Yes.
And we wrote this song right before we got married.
Yeah, and also Savannah Jack was our band at our
Oh, they
wedding
were.
because they're freaking
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. That's
That was
that's one of the
the
biggest
best.
honors you could do. Some people think, like, hey, when someone calls you for a wedding, like, hey, do you want to play
What?
a wedding?
That's
It's like,
so weird.
no, that's the.
We planned our wedding date around
literally
when you were
did.
available.
We got married on a Tuesday, so we knew they wouldn't be on the road.
Well, you never know.
You know?
It was good odds there. Good odds
We
there.
did call you like 6
We
months in
did.
advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We yeah.
But I love. To me, that's one of the most honorable things you could do is play someone's special day. To be
Yeah.
asked to be a part of their special day. I don't know why people look at that sometimes as negative. Like, oh, you want to play my wedding? You're like, what?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
a part of
Well, it was
your
so
day
fun,
is going to be
wasn't
forever.
it? Yeah, it was so fun.
You guys killed it. You had
So,
the whole wedding line
thank you.
dancing. It was.
Are you going to do that song acoustically?
We'll do that song, yeah.
Let's do it.
I want to say that everyone out there listening, watching, everyone, you might have to do it like a remix on this and get like some rapper to rap on it and re-release this so this goes all the way to #1 where it should go. It should go all the way to #1.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, you might have to bring in Nelly on this.
I think you might be a little behind on your rappers, Don. I'm not sure Nelly is the hot
I
prospect
like
right now.
Nelly. All right, I'll go. Let me see if I can recover quick.
Why don't we just get MC Hammer to do it?
Donald Glover. Donald Glover.
There you go. Childish Gambino.
Yes. I go as TV name. I can't remember his rap name. What was
All
his
right.
TV name?
Well,
But yes, I just want to say, seriously, everybody out there, after the show's over, hit this video up. This is as good as video as any video out there. And I'm doing a shout out to CMT and all those other folks.
And Billboard premiered this video for
They
us.
did.
Billboard loved it.
It's
Yeah.
of our wedding day, by the way. I don't know if we said that, but it is.
I've never seen a better video. It captures the whole, like, the special day, their wedding day. The song's perfect. The video is good. I'm seriously out there, folks. Check it out when the show's over. Let's get this thing back up the charts again where it belongs. Here it is. Take it away.
When you're young, you're not looking for something serious. A little free, a little wild, a whole lot curious. From a name to a date to a bar to a drink, yeah, I've had a few. But I never met anyone like you to tell the truth. Love was just a word till I found you. Four letters that people use. I know that seeing is believing. I never had that feeling until I saw you walk in the room. Love was just a word, baby. Love was just a word. They say I ain't saying that I've never said I love you, but I didn't really mean it. I've been there a time or two. From a heart to a break, it was always the same. It never felt quite right. Then I saw your face and you said my name. Now I know why. Love was just a word till I found you. Four letters that people use. I know that seeing is believing. I never had that feeling until I saw you walk in the room. Love was just a word, baby. Love was just a word. And now I couldn't imagine living life without you, babe.
Baby.
Oh. You've opened my eyes to the meaning of so many things. That's why I can say love was just a word. Love was just a word. Love was just a word till I found you. Four letters that people use. I know that seeing is believing. I never had that feeling until I started kissing on you. Love was just a word, baby. Love was just a word. Love was just a word, baby. Love was just a word. Thank you.
How about that, folks?
Yeah, we did just release an acoustic version of that one, too, so make sure you go check that one out, too.
It is. They need to download that, buy that, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Where's all the ways that people can hear you, see you, everything you can think of?
Yeah,
Get
people
out there.
always ask us what they can do to help, and we always say just streaming our songs on whatever platform you use, finding us on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and just engaging with us and liking our posts, commenting, all of that
You
just
can
makes
find
the
us
world of a
everywhere. We're
difference.
even on TikTok.
Yeah,
We don't post many videos on there, but we're on there.
we're trying.
We're trying.
And we know TikTok can be an effective thing.
Yeah. Apparently, it's getting pretty expensive
I
to
think
market
we're on-
yourself on TikTok.
I think we're on Twitter, too.
We are.
Absolutely. Folks, I've been a songwriter. A lot of people know that watching the show forever, and very. We all write. We all try to write a great song every time out. You don't get there all the time, but every time I've ever written with y'all, either separately or all three of us together, I'm telling you, I've written with a lot of people in this town, probably as much as anybody, and they bring it every single time. They bring the pizza. No, that's another story. This gentleman just came in with pizza.
Oh,
But,
nice.
they bring it every time. Musically, lyrically, there's no weakness. You'll have it all covered. It's such a joy to write with y'all every
You
time
too,
because
you too.
thank you. But it's true. I've been there many, many times. I think I might have told you all this before. I've been there many times, and especially even a lot more successful writers than me. My friends that we've written songs with new artists, and they stand there, and they don't know that they basically want you to write the song for them. And I've been there many times. I mean, where they just sit there in a chair and there's like, yeah, write me a song. You know, and it's like, y'all never took that attitude from day one. It's like, this is going to be a song I'm a part of, I'm going to be a part of this song.
Oh, yeah.
And it always makes it better. Always makes it better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I have something for all the young artists out there. I know we have a lot of young artists watching the show already. Check out their material because they will have a great song for your record. A lot of people don't write, that's okay. That's what they're here for. The song that might be an album cut for them or something. Believe me, they wouldn't put it on their album if you didn't believe in it. Every track they've ever recorded, I know they believe in it. It's just the labels, whatever, and the people involved. They have to pick a single out. They have to pick that song out. They figure it's going to be the one.
It's such a singles-heavy world these days with streaming. You know, it's not so album dominant anymore. You can't really get away with doing a concept album unless you're already pretty big. So, you know, you're looking for radio every time you put a song out nowadays.
If a new artist is looking for a hit, they need to get a hold of your catalog because y'all are the it. Y'all are the up-and-comers. Y'all the new, you're part of the new movement of country music going on right now. Yes. Jared needs a hit. And so everyone out there, check out their music because there might be a song that could be a difference maker for you that they've already got written for you there. So
we've got a few of them. We've got a few sitting there gathering dust. So
now you mentioned the Beatles a couple times. Is there any song that y'all do in your show that maybe you could do just a little taste of that's from the Beatles?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do a little Beatles.
Give us a little Beatles.
We'll just do a little bit of it.
Yeah. We love the Beatles. We all do.
Could be my capo holder.
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I didn't know we were.
Well, we're not. Normally we do this really long intro to
yeah,
it.
That's what I was ready
But
for.
I'm not going to do the
ready
full.
for the long intro.
Don said, "Shall we do like a little?" We're not going to do the full long live band intro.
Yeah, keep in mind, Carly. We're the band that does the speed round, so we're always.
Oh, right.
2,
condensing.
3, 4.
Here come on flat top, he come grooving up slowly. Got juju, I body one, holy roller. He got hair down to his knee. I got to be a joker, he just do what he pleases. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now. Come together right now over me.
Carly's doing her own thing today.
Yes. Say, she shortened it up. She Savannah Jack speed rounded.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I was shortening it. Then she did an extra bit on the
I
end.
just put the end on it.
That was cool. I love it. Folks, I mentioned Savannah Jack. I do have amazing bandmates that are just been lucky enough to travel all around the world with. And they're here, and I'm going to get them up here because... Want it back? Yeah. Yep. Y'all have a great show, too. Hopefully we'll all be back out there. Well, 5 years from now, when people see this, hopefully the virus will be a forgotten memory. But back here on the fiddle right here, ladies and gentlemen, he's amazing, Mr. Jay Smith.
Woo, yeah, Jake.
Back there on the bass guitar, equally amazing, Mr. Kenny Ames. On the drums, this guy can spell amazing. No. He's I can't. Folks, he's a great drummer back there, Mr. Phil Potter.
Yeah.
And the phenom over there on lead guitar, Mr. Tony Hahn. Now, this song, you're going to slow it down, right?
I think we're actually gonna.
Doing the other one first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing looking?
We're gonna.
We're
Doing
gonna
looking?
a little.
You fooled me.
A little foot stomping.
Yeah.
You're looking for
Which-
love.
No.
A little line dancing.
We're doing a little slow.
Well, that's what I said. You'll slow it down, slow.
But
See, I
I
was doing a segue.
I knew what he was doing.
See that?
I got you.
This
Slow,
song
yes.
is called Slow, and again, this is a great song. This was y'all released this, and I still again.
Yeah, this was
we
our,
might have to bring
our
a
first
rapper
single
in.
off of our
on the-
EP.
We might have to bring another rapper in, re-release it, remix,
Yep.
to get this thing to #1 where it belongs.
Right.
I'm thinking a hip hop
Put it on
rapper of today.
TikTok.
I'm thinking Queen Latifah.
Nice.
Here's a song. It's a great song. Cross Atlantic song called Slow.
Can't rush the good stuff. It's why they call it top shelf. Like a work of art. It's all in the detail. It's all about the time you put it when you make it. It only comes out sweeter when you take it slow, like Tupelo honey dripping off the dry slow, like a tractor backing up a couple miles of car. Hey, the pretty baby wants to take your time. Ain't no hurry 'cause we got all night. When it comes to loving you, there's only one way I know. Slow. Like a long kiss, you gotta let it linger. Talking to sunsets, drinking, singing from porch swinging. Like Al Green played on the midnight radio. Every time it comes on, doesn't make you wanna go slow, like Tupelo honey dripping off the dry slow, like a tractor backing up a couple miles of car. Hey, the pretty baby wants to take your time. Ain't no hurry 'cause we got all night. When it comes to loving you, there's only one way I know. Slow. Slow. Slow, like Tupelo honey dripping off a dry slow, like a tractor backing up a couple miles of cars. Hey, the pretty baby wants to take your time. There ain't no hurry 'cause we got all night. When it comes to loving you, there's only one way I know. Slow. Hey, the pretty baby wants to take your time. Slow. Thanks, Tom.
That was awesome. Y'all stay right where you're at. You guys stay right where you're at because we're gonna keep that fun going. This next song is another great track off your album. And who did you write this? Just y'all two together? This song, or is this a co-writer?
We wrote this with Derek George and Tim Owens.
Nice.
Some
Derek
amazing
George.
guys.
They've got a few hits between them.
They
Those
do.
guys.
Right, and Derek also worked on the production on your record.
He did.
Yes.
Derek co-produced this song with me. We did it together. We
If
worked on
folks
it.
don't know who Derek is, just a little brief history. Derek also collaborated with Brian White a lot.
Derek was probably there when you told the Brian White story earlier. Derek was probably there because he was Brian White's guitar player for the
Well,
that whole time.
I got to do a record with the Amazing Grace album with Brian White and Derek
Yeah.
and Steve Warner and a whole bunch of
Amazing.
folks, and it won a Grammy.
Yeah.
Yes.
All I did was sing the harmony, but it was.
I believe Brian Austin was involved in that one as
Brian
well.
was- I think-
Everyone, it's the whole crew.
Yeah.
I think Brian might have been
It's our
involved in that.
guys.
Yeah, a little gospel record won a Grammy, so I was very honored to be a part of
Yeah.
that. 1997, I remember that was the year.
Amazing.
But very talented guys. Y'all are hanging with some very talented folks.
Yes.
And
we
here
do love
is the
them.
result of that. Another great song, Looking for Love.
Yeah. This one also has a music video. It's kind of part one to
That's
the
right.
wedding video.
The proposal.
Yes.
The proposal, part one.
So you can watch part one and then part two.
You got it. Looking for Love, everybody. Cross Atlantic.
Out there in those busy city lights, there's a million people thinking that they just might run into that someone, and far out then and there, it can happen to anybody, anytime, anywhere. In a bar, on a train, on a crowded street, two strangers hoping for a chance to meet, praying you don't miss it when it passes you by. In a smile, in a look, in a simple touch, in a moment, everything can change so much, somewhere, somebody's gonna find it tonight. Everybody's looking for love, looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Do you recognize it in the first hello? Is it true what they say? When you know, you know. Is it a million miles away, or just a glance across the room? All I know is I'll keep searching till I find you. In a bar, on a train, on a crowded street, two strangers hoping for a chance to meet, praying you don't miss it when it passes you by. In a smile, in a look, in a simple touch, in a moment, everything can change so much, somewhere, somebody's gonna find it tonight. Everybody's looking for love, looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for Everybody's looking for love, looking for love. Everybody is looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. In a bar, on a train, on a crowded street, two strangers hoping for a chance to meet, praying you don't miss it when it passes you by. In a smile, in a look, in a simple touch, in a moment, everything can change so much, somewhere, somebody's gonna find it tonight. Everybody's looking for love, looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for love, looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for love. Thank you.
Wow. Folks out there, you know you're saying wow. I can hear you. I can hear it all the way. I just heard a wow from Missouri. I heard a wow in London.
That's my grandma.
Oh, that's your grandma. Okay.
If you heard
Folks-
one, if you heard one in London, I don't know what they're doing up at this time.
So, you know, some people can't sleep at night. You know, it's a tough world out there. Folks, once again, the people behind the scene is making this thing happen, folks. John, Matt, Jared, they are so talented. And it's just, folks, very proud to be doing this. My name is Don Ellis Gatlin, and these are my bandmates, Savannah, Jack. One more time. Unbelievable special guests this show, Cross Atlantic, everybody. Yes, yes.
Thank you for having us.
Well, you're wonderful. And great music, folks. Great artists, real artists, great songwriters, musicians, great show. Come see the show. It's a great show. You'll kick back. You will love it. It's a great, fun, musical show.
We like to put on a bit of a rockin' country show, you know?
Yeah, you do. You rock out.
Energy.
High energy show. And folks, every show we do, every guest we have, we at the end of the show we say, who is probably your biggest influence? And we're going to play a little bit of song from your biggest influence. Of course, y'all's is Steve and Edie Gourmet. No, I'm kidding. No, folks, one of their biggest influences is a group that we all love, and that group is called Fleetwood Mac. We're going to do a song from the Rumors album.
Yes,
Yeah.
great
Thank y'all again.
album.
Get ready out there. It goes like this. Here we go.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do.
How can I ever change things that I feel?
If I could, baby, I'd give you my world.
How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way.
Go your own way.
You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way.
Go your own way. Tell me why everything turned around.
Backing up, jacking up's all you wanna do.
If I could, baby, I'd give you my world.
Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way.
Go your own way.
You can call it another lonely day.
Another lonely day.
You can go your own way.
Go your own way.
You can call it another lonely day.
Tony Hawk.
You can go your own way.
Go your own way.
You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way.
Go your own way.
You can call it another lonely day.
You can go
Your own way.
Cross Atlantic.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you again, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, everybody. Woo. It got hot in here.